Okay, so today we're doing more terrible things, and I'm so sorry. There's this word that I despise. I don't like it mostly just because it's so overused in fiction. I never even noticed it until I noticed it, and then I couldn't stop seeing it in almost every single book I read. So I made a video screaming about it. That's the video if you missed it. I guess you could watch it if you want. You know when you have this thing, you have you notice something that comes up too often in life and it doesn't always fit and it starts to grate on you and you don't like it anymore, and then you complain to your friends, and then your friends use that thing to make fun of you and to torment you by constantly bringing it up every chance they get. You know that thing that you do and then you regret it and then you think to yourself, why did I do this? Why did I tell them about the thing that I hate? Of course they're going to torment me with it. Well, I did that, but I did it to the internet. So anyway, it has become a thing. And now I get so many comments and DMs and emails and being tagged on my Discord, people letting me know where they have found the word in the books that they read. I've also gotten so many comments from people saying, I didn't even know this was a word until I watched your video, and now I see it everywhere. So I'm sorry for ruining your lives too. There are certain ways in which I'll look at it, it'll bother me, but it's fine because at least it's being used correctly. But this video is dedicated to all the times that it just makes me laugh, because it sounds silly. All right, let's go. Let's kick it off. Its body was black and serpentine, its movements undulant. Will climbed to his feet. Claudia undulated to hers. He was semi-hard, yet quickly thickened as I began to undulate. This one is used correctly, technically, but I really stand by what I said in the last video, that I just feel like I feel like this word doesn't need to be used when talking about sexy times. I don't understand. It's not a sexy word. I don't understand it. Used correctly, technically, but unfortunate choice, I think. And the immense fronds of a phoenix palm did not thrash, but undulated as hypnotically as the numerous moth tentacles of a sea anemone seeking sustenance. Technically this is correct, but that sentence is just a lot. It's just a lot to take in. She gave several sighs and undulated and turned towards me and snuggled against me. Nadia undulated across the cavern. Her serpentine body flexed sinuously and was really quite pretty in its motion. All they had to do was undulate with the right rhythm. The travel came of its own. I mostly just find it really, really funny when undulate is used to describe a person moving across the room. It feels so not good. It's not it paints a specific picture in my mind that isn't what I think the author was going for. And luminous serpentines of undulant green hurled toward the rocket. Fulka shrugged, and her torso undulated in vertical stages. I think she shrugged and then did like a belly dance. That's all I can think of here. Although I don't think that that's the image that the author was going for when they wrote that line. Apparently deciding there was no point in hiding now, Min walked. Undulated would have been a better word. She managed to make Berlin's way of walking look like a boy's, and sat with one knee over the other, still smiling. I think the idea is that Berlin was walking like a man, like she had a very, I don't know, straightforward stance, and then Min was like swinging her hips is maybe what Jordan was looking for or trying to paint a picture of. It's not the picture I see though. I don't think that word is being used correctly. Anna walked slowly with her unusual undulating of hips. This is the only way I accept someone using the word undulating instead of swaying hips, which comes up a ton. People in my Discords tag Lynn specifically when, one of my mods, when they come across this word in a book and then she keeps an entire spreadsheet of all the instances that this word is used that we've come across so far. It's pretty extensive. Lynn's a spreadsheetaholic, she needs help. But anyway, this word comes up all the time with authors saying undulating instead of swaying hips. And I just don't like it. I just don't think it fits. I think that there are much better ways to describe a woman walking in a certain kind of way. But this is the only instance in which I accept it because at least it says that it was unusual that she was undulating her hips. And I do think that if somebody were undulating their hips instead of swaying their hips, yeah, it'd look weird. Helva watched the erect figure of the actress undulate down the corridor. She felt an odd, activistic satisfaction in having lingered for refurbishing at Nectar, and in knowing that her interior was, as always, in order, shipshape. That is a series of words that was strung together, and it probably had some meaning. She undulated toward the director. Whether to charm him or to intimidate him was a question. Probably intimidation. I expect that was to intimidate. She undulated experimentally, hoping to rid herself of the sense of being covered. Joe said, "How do you mean, ate? Literally?" He wondered, his flesh undulating with aversion. I think this means that he got goosebumps, or like chills, or shivers. Which, I guess if you stretch it a bit, sure, I guess maybe your skin ripples, or does have divots in it when you get goosebumps. I don't know. I just think that there are better ways to say it. She undulated to the phone and pressed its accept. Okay, that's a good solid list of instances where it just made me laugh. Sometimes they're technically used correctly. I just feel like we could pick a different word, but I'm not done with you yet, unfortunately. There's another instance where I see it used a lot, and that's when they talk about an undulating sound. But here's the thing, a lot of times when an author is describing a great wailing cry, a lot of times they use the word ululating. Yes, that's right. That is also a terrible word that is used a lot in fiction. A woman's voice ululated on the sound system, somewhere between an Islamic call to prayer and an orgasm with a drum beat. That was put in a book. Like I said, this word is actually usually used pretty correctly as far as what I've seen, but I still hate it. It's just a very uncomfortable word, and it's just too close to the cursed word. A lot of people, like I said at the beginning of the video, a lot of people after my first video on this topic mentioned that they had never heard the word before until they heard my rant, and then suddenly it was in every book they read. I hope I've cursed another word for you today, and I'm sorry, and I'll stop making these videos, I promise. But there you go, I hope you got a laugh out of it. I mostly think that this is funny at this point. I've been teased with it so relentlessly that I'm now almost numb to the word, but sometimes it comes up in such silly ways that I just have to laugh because of the mental image that it gives me. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed chatting with me a little bit about nothing at all. And I hope you have a lovely day. Chat with me some more about it in the comments if you found instances of these words yet in books, or if you just have a great future ahead of you when you discover them. I post videos every Tuesday through Friday. I'll see you again soon. Bye.